In this video, I'm going to show you how to create box plots using SPSS. You'll need the data file called example data IQ. If you open this file, you'll see two columns. One is called IQ score, and the second is called group. And as you can see, we have two groups. One which is the random sample, and another group which are Mensa candidates. If you look in variable view, you can see that IQ score is a scale level measurement. And the group variable, coded as 0 for the random sample and 1 for the Mensa candidates, is a nominal level variable. So in order to create a box plot, which will give you a summary of the distribution of the data at an ordinal level of measurement, you need to go to Graphs, select Legacy Dialogues, and select Box Plot. Now first of all, we're just going to look at the IQ score, ignoring the grouping. So for this you need to select the simple box plot and choose Summaries of Separate Variables down the bottom. Then click Define. All you need to do is put the IQ score in the box and press OK. SPSS will generate a box plot in which the box itself represents the middle 50% of scores, which is also known as the interquartile range. The thick black line is the median. We have a top whisker and a bottom whisker. The top whisker extends to the top 25% of scores and the highest score. The bottom whisker represents the lowest score, and that means the 25% of the lowest scores. However, SPSS will also highlight extreme outliers in your data. So here we have one case, case 73, which scored 175. And SPSS simply flags these up as separate little circles. However, if we go back to our data, we can see that we have the two groups, the random sample and the Mensa candidates. Now it might be more interesting, rather than looking at the distribution of the IQ scores for the whole sample, but to break it down and create two box plots for each group, one for the random sample and one for the Mensa candidates. We can do this through a similar function. So we need to go to Graphs, select Legacy Dialogues, select Box Plots. But in this case, rather than selecting summaries of separate variables, we'll select the summaries for groups of cases. So click on that, press Define. Now we want to look at the variable of interest is IQ, we drag that over. And we want to label them by group. So we put that in the category axes box and simply press OK. So SPSS will now generate two box plots, one for the random sample and one for the Mensa candidates. And this is quite nice because we can look at the summary for the two groups side by side. So as you can see, the median is lower for the random sample than it is for the Mensa candidates.